The West Indies 146 for 5 of 20 overs. Ireland 150 for 1 of 17.5 overs. Hello everyone, this is the Cricket Forum, your place for the latest news, views, rumors and gossips in the world of cricket. Please slash a like on the video, share and click that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. I am upset this morning. There's no doubt that I'm upset this morning and it's a difficult show. West Indies made 146 for 5 of 20 overs and I cannot start anywhere else but there. 146 for 5 of 20 overs. It better the team had made 130 all out. It is clear. You cannot bat 20 overs in today's modern T10-20 cricket, lose only 5 wickets, of batsmen like Jason Holder, Akeal Hosein, Alzarri Joseph sitting in the pavilion, not yet bat, and you only made 145, 146. You only made 146 of 20 overs. Now, look at this. How can you only make 146? It is clear the team did not have a strategy to accumulate runs. The team did not seek to hit the balls in the gap and run ones and twos, especially twos on these big boundaries. Most of our batsmen got out trying to hit the ball in the wind and to the long part of the boundaries, and all these slow bowlers were doing because clearly they are not spin bowlers. They are on the bowling slow. I saw nobody from Ireland turn the ball last night. They were on the bowling slow, and the West Indies batsmen were trying to hit the ball in the wind to the long boundaries and were getting out. 3 of the 5 batsmen were out, caught in the deep, trying to lick 6 going across the line. Instead of hitting the balls in the gaps and these big fields and trying to run 2 and 3s, they were going for their 6s. And what happened? West Indies, a West Indies cricket team, batted 20 overs and only scored 146 runs. They did not all out. Only 5 batsmen got out. In all fairness, and I'm not bashing Brandon King here. And everybody who knows me, because I'm from Jamaica, and if you, those of us who knows me, know that for about 4 or 5 years now, I have been saying that Brandon King is the best batsman in the West Indies. I love Brandon King. I think he's a good batsman. But just generally speaking, I'm not bashing Brandon King. He made top score. I'm not bashing him. But if you face more than 1/3 of your team's deliveries and only score at 129, a strike rate of 129, your team is going to lose more match than they win. A strike rate of 129, your team is going to lose more matches than they win. I'm not bashing Brandon King. He top scored. He made, I think, 61 from 48 deliveries. Without that 68 from 41 deliveries, what West Indies would have made? His 61 gave the team a chance. But how can you make 146 from 20 deliveries? The only batsman in that team that scored with a strike rate of above 150 was Odean Smith. Odean Smith scored, I think, at 158. The next best batsman to him when it comes to strike rate was Johnson Charles at 133. You are not going to put on a winning total on the board if you are not striking above 150. In every T20 match, in every T20 innings, for you to make a competitive score, you need batsmen, at least 3 or 4 of your batsmen striking at above 150. In reality, when you strike at 150, that's 9 runs per over. 9 runs off 20 overs give you 180. That's why this 150 strike rate is so important. But you cannot bat 20 overs and only made 146. This West Indies batting lineup is pathetic. It is so pathetic. We were 105 for 4 or 15 overs. 105, for 4 of 15 overs. How many we made in the last 5 overs? 41 runs, striking at only 8 runs and over. How comes? How can you be striking at only 8 runs and over? Where was your plan to get a good total? It's clear that Ireland have a plan to bowl very, very slow to us with their spinners. And what we do when the spinners were bowling? Hit the ball in the wind to the long boundaries and out caught and swing and miss. How can we put on that batting performance? Now, these batsmen are going to command a lot of bashing, a lot of criticism. I'm not going to defend any of them. They were poor, the batting were poor, especially today. It was a disgrace. I still cannot wrap my head around it that we only scored 146 and the team was not bowled out. Mark you, if the team was bowled out, I could have accepted that because they bowled out. But they have 5 wickets in hand and only score 146. This is disgraceful. This is disgraceful. Now, I can't believe that we only score 146. The batting was poor. It was pathetic. There were no planning to the batting. We just did anything we want to do. Only one man came to the wicket and tried to hit away the ball, and it was Smith. Yes, Charles to a lesser extent, but he got out early. Myers and Charles got out early. But at 105 for 4 or 15 overs, West Indies should have been scoring at least another 70 of those 5 overs. 75. And we would have made about 180, and then we would have a competitive total. At 105 for 4, with 6 wickets in the hand, and only 5 overs to go, there's no way you can score 41 runs off those last 5 overs, and you have 6 wickets in hand. This was poor. This was very, very poor. And I'm not blaming the bowlers enough. I'm not blaming the bowlers. I'm not putting any blame whatsoever on the bowlers. This batting team has been letting us down. Look at down there on the screen. I put it up on the screen. In the last 12 T20 matches that the West Indies played since August 1st. This is from August 1st. They have played 12. Since August 1st, the West Indies have played 12 T20 international matches. Those are the totals that the opposition made against the West Indies in those 12 T20 matches. Only 4 of those totals you could consider big. The 191, the 188, the 185, and the 215. Only those 4 totals you could consider big. So out of the 12 matches, the West Indies bowlers were able to limit the opposition for a good score, for a competitive score in 8 of those 12 matches. And how many of those 8 matches we won? 3. So since August 1st, West Indies have won only 3 T20 internationals, although the bowlers have been doing a very, very, very good job. So we cannot blame the bowlers here. Those are the scores that the bowlers have conceded. Yes, in 4 of the 12 matches they went for runs, but which team doesn't win for runs? Which team? In the 146 that they conceded, the West Indies made 145 against Australia, and it was the very last over that Australia hit that 146 off, that 145 off. Only 1 delivery was left in the match. It means that the bowlers have been performing, and we cannot blame the bowlers. You cannot score 146 for 5 of 20 overs. 146 all out, I could understand that at least you were trying. But you cannot score 146 and tell me you were trying. Clearly, that batting was not trying. To me, the only person who seemed to be trying in that batting was Odin Simic. Brandon King, yes, to a lesser extent. But as I've said earlier, you cannot score at a strike rate of 129 and expect that your team is going to win more matches than they lose. 129 strike rate doesn't cut it. And so, on the impetus, that 19 of 12 balls was the only sight of an aggressive, intended West Indies team to get the required total up to 180 where the bowlers could defend. Now, I do some research, and these are the wickets, the number of wickets that the West Indies bowlers have taken since August 1. McCoy, as you saw there, is the leading wicket taker with 15. Smith and Joseph 14 and Old 11, Hussain 7. The West Indies bowlers have been doing a very, very good job since August 1st. Now, today match, I'm not going to talk about the 16 runs that came off Hussain first over. I'm not going to talk about the 14 runs that came off Smith first over, because the bowlers, in trying to defend 146, they knew that they have to bowl out Ireland. You cannot defend 146 in 20 overs. So they knew they have to bowl out Ireland. And I think the bowlers overreached on a very good batting pitch. That pitch was so good for batting. They were sweeping the Irish. They were sweeping from ball one. They were driving the ball through the cover sweetly from ball one. In Joseph's first over, he was hit over long off. Our West Indies fastest bowler was hit over long off in his first over for 6. I'm not blaming Joseph. I'm just saying that was the quality of the pitch. The pitch was so true that the Irish batsmen could hit our best bowler over long off for 6. That's how good the batting pitch was playing. Yet still, West Indies could only make 146 on it. It was pathetic, and in some way, you have to say that you're glad that they're coming home, because you are just getting hurt and hurt and hurt and being hurt over and over and over again. It maybe is a good thing that they're out of the World Cup. Man, this batting performance was pathetic. It was pathetic. The bowlers have been doing their job. In the last match, they made only 150 against Zimbabwe, and the bowlers carry us through. You cannot expect the bowlers to be always carrying us through match after match after match after match. It's pathetic. The bowlers have been doing a good job since August 1. Look there, those are the scores that the bowlers conceded since August 1. Only on 4 occasions that you could say the bowlers conceded above averages total. Here it is, the 12th total since August 1. Only 4 of them that the bowlers conceded above average. But this West Indies batting is so pathetic. I don't want to say they cannot bat, because I'm not bashing anybody. I do not hate any one of them. But I hate their damn performances today. I hate the performances. What kind of performances is that? I'm not talking about them as persons. I'm talking about their performances. It was a weak, disgraceful performance from the West Indies batsmen. This is so pathetic. I am hungry. Let me calm down. But it is time now that we really consider that Simmons should resign. It is time. I do not want anybody to lose their work. I'm not, it's gut-wrenching to call for a man to resign to lose his work. But maybe Simmons can coach the red ball team. Now, you don't want a man to lose his salary. But this West Indies team is causing me a lot of pain. And maybe it's a time for Simmons to step down. And if he does not step down, maybe it's time for him to be fired. But clearly, he's not in charge of this team. You cannot be coaching a team with the batsmen of the quality of Lewis, Brooks. Not Brooks didn't play today. Lewis, Mayers, Charles, King, Pooran and Powell, and Smith and Older. You cannot be coaching a team with those batsmen, and after 20 overs, the team is only going to make 146 of 20 overs. That is unacceptable. And while it is gut-wrenching to call for a man to lose his job, it is very gut-wrenching. It is time for Simmons to go. Oh my, this morning is a hard morning. And it's time for Simmons to go. His whole coaching staff should go now. The bowlers have been doing a good job, but the batsmen have been letting us down. The bowlers have been getting wickets in the last 12 matches that the West Indies played. We have 3 bowlers who are getting more than a wicket a match, and 1 bowler who is getting level wickets in those 12 matches. And I think he never played one of those matches in that 12. So we have bowlers who are getting more than a wicket per match, but yet still the batsmen are not able to match these totals that the bowlers are getting out the opposition for. Only 4 total in there you could say is above average. Only 4. And so if 4 totals are above average, when is it that our batsmen can score above average? You must could have win one of those matches. When last this West Indies batting lineup score 180 in a T20 international, you cannot expect the bowlers to be always bailing you out. Of the last 12 T20 international that the West Indies played, we have won only 3, and yet still the bowlers are doing a very good job. It is pathetic. The batsmen in the region need to improve, and this performance is bitter. This performance is really bitter. It is time. It is time for something to happen in the coaching staff. And my recommendation, as I said, it's time for Simmons to go. It's hard for a man to lose his job. For what is putting food on the table, you don't want to recommend that. But I say, give him the test team, give him the red ball team, and find a white ball coach, because this team is not performing well under Simmons. Please though, have a great day. Try your best and take your mind off the cricket, and have a great day. Slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Now this regional Super 50 start next week. So these players, I hope that they come home and play in the regional Super 50. Most of them, I think, are contracted players except for Evan Lewis. I think all the other, Evan Lewis and Sheldon Cottrell, do not have a West Indies retainer. But the other 13 players are on West Indies retainers. We are going to see how strong the West Indies Cricket Board is. If the West Indies Cricket Board can tell these 13 players who they are paying every month that you must play in the regional Super 50. If the West Indies Cricket Board, if these players do not play in the West Indies Regional Super 50, starting next week in Antigua and Trinidad, it just shows you how weak the West Indies Cricket Board is. And they should also go to, yes, if these players do not come and play in the regional Super 50 starting next week, the West Indies Cricket Board should resign, because it is showing that they also are very, very, very weak. The bowlers have been doing a good job since August 1, but the batsmen have been letting us down. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you very much. Please slash a like on the video, share, and click that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. We are on our way to 1,000. Let's do it today. God bless you all, and try your best and have a great day. One love, keep the faith, and see you tomorrow when we preview the Australia-New Zealand match. Thank you everyone, and the World Cup continues tomorrow with Australia playing New Zealand.